Morning YouTube. Welcome from my stoep. It's been a while since I've made a video, but I had quite a nice week behind me. I went to the bush and had a very nice few days there. I wanted actually to make a video from there, but then I forgot my video camera and all my tools. I'm having Blue Mountain in my Savinelli, Punto Oro. It's close to finish now. But I just want to do another video on the apartheid. I mentioned in the previous video that there were a few key moments in apartheid which I think also helped in overthrowing or stopping or realizing, for people realizing the inhumane policy. So at the time, or this key moment today, which I would like to discuss with you, is the uprising of youth students, 16 June 1976. So due to apartheid being associated with Afrikaans, unfortunately, because Afrikaans was not really, even today, there's still plenty of English people who practice and believe and support apartheid, while a lot of Afrikaners is over and done with it. But unfortunately, at that time, Afrikaans was still associated of being the language of the oppressors and with apartheid. So because of that, black students preferred English as the language of instruction, also because in the workplace English was obviously used more often in business. So in 1974, the apartheid government then introduced an act or a decree, a decision to instruct all schools of black education to use English and Afrikaans as a 50-50 mix in instruction of languages. So that obviously was met with very fierce opposition. And we all know that you need to think and you need to educate yourself in your own language. In graduate studies, it's not a problem to read other languages, or not your own maybe, but I mean on school level, I still believe that home language instruction is critical for for understanding and for learning. So that was 1974. So earlier in 1976. The children in Soweto and Orlando West Junior School, which is also a township close to Johannesburg, started to go on strike and refuse to do this dual language thing. And as they went on strike, it started to overflow to other black schools also, and they wanted to have to be treated the same as white school children at the time. So at one point then, in 1976, it was on the morning of 16 June 1976, the Black Students Association decided to go on to a strike and to walk to Orlando Stadium and to do the protest there. And to protest against this dual medium school decree. So it was also then supported obviously by the Black Consciousness movement. Remember at the time ANC was a banned organization, so the ANC or the whole movement against apartheid had to use other means and vehicles and organizations, which they did very, very well. For example, the Free Mandela campaign and the democratic movement that that was established, also the Black Consciousness Movement. So teachers also supported this march, and but the organization committee decided that it should be a peaceful march and good discipline. So they started to march to the Orlando Stadium, and then on the way they found that the road was barricaded by the police. Maybe had a tip-off that there would be something in that. And then the leader of the action committee decided to take another route with no opposition to the police. So unfortunately, at one point, it just got out of hand, and the rioters were met with fierce police, 1,500 armored police officers, and they responded with fierce police brutality, eventually killing at the end of the day about 700 students. So later in evidences, the police told how this escalated and happened, in such a horrible uprising. So what he then testified was that apparently one student a few students pick up some stones and threw it to the police dogs. One police dog was killed, and then this police officer drew his handgun and shot a safety shot in the air, which then caused chaos because, they are students, high school students, so chaos, and they started to running and screaming, and everything just got out of hand. And as they started to pick up stones and throw, the police then started to respond with by shooting directly to the children instead of the warning shots in the air, and that caused the children to be shot. So one of the first students that was shot that day by the police was Hector Peterson, and up till today he became the symbol of the Soweto Day, or the 1976 riot, school uprising against Afrikaans as double medium instruction. So I think that was also one of the turning points or key points in South African history against apartheid, because this is also now an public holiday in South Africa, 16 June, and it just show how far they would go to protect and instill the apartheid policy. So also the world was, it was met with disgrace and opposition from the world, and obviously since then the opposition against apartheid just grew year by year, just grew more and more and more. So that was one of the other key historical moment which I would like to share with you. There were obviously a few others also, which one could say played a role and caused the government to realize this is not this cannot be upheld, not sustainable. But in my mind, these two were the two key elements. So thank you for watching, and thank you for all your comments, and in the next video I will answer some questions which arose from these videos that I made. So thanks for that, and if you like, subscribe, and hope that was a very knowledgeable and insightful series for you. Thank you. Bye-bye.